Okay, hello there, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Life, Home, and My Linux Journeys. But in this journey, though, I'm going to be on a BSD, and in this case, it's GhostBSD. I've been running GhostBSD on this machine right here, the Mini Tower 7010, I believe it is, for over 3 years now. I can't prove that exactly, but I can go back on my YouTube channel and find my first GhostBSD video, and that was 3 years ago. So it could have been 2 years, 9 months, 11 months. It could have been 3 years and 2 months, but it's been a little while. And as you know, I just recently loaded another OS on my Fedora machine. And I'm going to do the same thing with this GhostBSD. I'm going to take it off of this machine and I'm going to put it on another machine in another area over here. So I'm not going to be getting rid of GhostBSD, but I am going to be making a change, and there'll be another operating system that will fill this void on this machine. So let's go over to my desktop and we'll see. Let me bring up a terminal here. We run a screen fetch. You can see this is based on the 14.2 patch 2 kernel of FreeBSD. If I run SM or Xfce, you'll see the same information here, but it's on the Optiplex 7010, and this is GhostBSD. So that's real quick, just a quick HTOP. We're running almost 3 gigs of RAM, which is not unusual for GhostBSD and Xfce and OBS running. Let's see what else. There was a cat Xfce OS-release. We'll see again. This is version 2501, revision 14 dot or period 2p2 patch 2. Not sure. So this is my system, and I've been using it for quite a while, and I'm not going to stop using it. Like I said, I'm going to move it over to I'm going to move it over to a T3500 Dell workstation, and it's already installed, and I've been running it and getting it set up the way I wanted it for the last week now. So it wasn't like a decision I just made real abrupt. This was a decision that took, I don't know, I thought about it for a couple months, really. And one of the biggest reason what happened was GhostBSD provides this update station. And that's exactly what they want you to do when it comes to updates. Usually when there's an update, it'll actually notify you, or unless you turn that off. And so it did an update, probably a month ago now. And it would say there was an update found, and I clicked on here, it says it's up to date. But in the case where there was an update, it would show you that there's updates available, and then it would show you those updates, and once you agree or give it permissions, it'll install those updates. And it sat there, it said update is finished, and it sat there but never got to the closeout screen. It just sat there for over an hour. And after an hour, I said, well, maybe something's just hung up, and I'll reboot and see what happens. And when I did, I didn't even get to the refine screen. I couldn't get anything. I went to boot it into a USB for GhostBSD and tried to mount some drives and see what was happening, but I just could not bring it back within a time that I thought was reasonable. After a few days, I was like, nope. So we're going to put it on the T3500 and run it over there. And actually, it seems to like that T3500. It's really snappy. So I guess that's going to do it for this video. Do the updates like that. I've run this for over 3 years, and I've had 3 problems that I can remember. One of them had to do with the update. PKG somehow was broke, and I had to run a PKG update with a -F to force the update, and I followed the instructions and rebooted, and everything was fine. The other 2 times had to do with VirtualBox. After an update, the VirtualBox kernel wasn't matched. And so after about a week, no longer than 2 weeks, it was corrected, and I didn't have to do anything except wait for it to get corrected. And I can live with that. That's not really a big deal. But this last time it broke my system, so I decided to move it. So I guess that's going to do it for this video. I'll catch you on the next one. In fact, when I get this one over here complete, I'll do a real short video and say this is the T3500 with GhostBSD on it. It's also running FreeBSD as well. Okay then, thanks for watching. Peace out, guys. Bye.